Hey guys, welcome back to a new tutorial. This time we're going to be making a puzzle system with the previously made physics actors that we've covered in the last tutorial. So what is this puzzle? You can grab a physics actors, you can place them on a spot. Whenever you've placed them all correctly, the puzzle is completed, and in this case the gate will open and allows you to walk through. So let's get started. An important note before we start is that I won't be covering the holding of physics actors, since I've made a tutorial about that in the previous one. So if you currently don't have that, make sure to check the link in the description, since it is an important feature in this puzzle system. And also, if you're wondering where to get this environment, I've linked it in the description as well, where you can get it for free. So to start off, we're going to make a new blueprint of type actor, and I'm going to call this BP underscore puzzle trigger, and then we can open it up right away. First thing I'm going to add is a box collision. Call this trigger. Next up, a static mesh. We can just leave it like that. We can go to the construction script where we're going to drag in our static mesh, and we're going to set it so we can easily set the mesh we need for the desired item. New mesh, I'm going to promote to variable. I'm just going to call this mesh. Make sure it's instant editable. And then we're going to add a new variable as well, which is called object name of type text. Needs to be instant editable as well. Now if we go to event graph, we can remove these three. Right click on trigger and then add on component begin overlap. And now we need a way to check the physics actor we're holding in the trigger if the name matches with the object name we have set in here. So to do that, we're going to make a new blueprint interface. I'm going to call this BPI puzzle. And we can open it up. And the first one that function we're going to make is get object name. And for the output, we're going to use object name of type text. And the second function is called on object placed, which is whenever we have placed the correct item. For this, we're going to get object text message attached to other actor. And then from object name, we're going to check if the text is equal. So make sure that both of these have the same name, and be sure to spell it correctly or just directly copy it over. You'll see in a bit, because if you have made a spelling mistake, this won't work since it's not the exact same. So whenever it's correct, we want to get our mesh, set hidden in game to false, which means it will be visible, and then destroy actor. And the actor we're going to destroy is the one that's in the trigger box, which is our place actor we're going to make in a bit. And one issue I haven't covered, or you will as well, is whenever you destroy the item you're holding in your hand, you have to press 2 times E on the next physics actor, since the game still thinks you're holding something. To fix that, I'm going to cast to third person character, which is the default character class we've used. Then I'm going to get player character, then set is holding to false. So we're telling it like you're not holding anything anymore because it's been destroyed. So let's compile and save this. Now we're going to right click on the master. I'm going to call this BP underscore place actor. Open it up. And the only thing we got to do is add our interface, which is BPI puzzle. Compile and then go to get object name. Promote to variable. I'm going to keep the same name, object name, like this. Making sure it's instant editable. Now we can drag it into the scene. So first let's build the item, just using a regular cube. Scale it down a bit, like this. Set the name, this should be cube 1. Duplicate it over. This is cube 2. Drag in our place actor, we'll do the exact same. Making a cube, scale the item down a bit. And then the name should be cube 1. and then interaction type physics. So the left one is correct, the right one is incorrect. So whenever we hold it, you can already see it removed it, but my cube is still not still visible. So let's see why it's not. Now let me see, puzzle trigger on the static mesh, hidden in game. Looks like we've not set it up yet. There we go. Now let's duplicate this as well. So we have cube 1, cube 2. So this should be the right one. Now you can see it's not letting me. Here it's placed, and the other one placed as well. So now in theory the puzzle is complete and I want the gate to open. So let's first make a manager that handles how much of it you have correct. So we're going to make a new blueprint class, actor, bp underscore puzzle manager. Going to open it up. And just like the other ones, we're going to add our interface to it. BPI puzzle, and then on object placed. And we can remove this as well, so it's nice and clean. We're going to make two functions. Add count, and then check amount. And it's good to already have add count on here so we don't forget it later. We're going to compile and save. So we're quickly going back to our puzzle trigger. Call on object placed message. Make a new variable, actor, or puzzle manager, actor type, object reference, and assign it on here. Make sure it's instant editable. Then we can drag our puzzle manager in. Then we're going to assign each place actor or each trigger on it, so it's already referenced. Now we can go to the logic, and we need two variables for it. Current amount of type integer and total amount. And we're going to compile and set this to 2, since the total amount should be 2. Add count is really easy. Drag in your current amount. Use an add node, say 1. Drag current amount in again, so we set it. Then assign check amount. For that, we're going to drag both of these in. And we're going to check if it's greater or equal to current amount. And then we're going to branch that so we can check it. And then whenever it's complete, we're going to say puzzle completed. All right. Now let's test it out. So it should be here. This one should be here. Now you can see puzzle complete. So whenever it says that, I do want my gate to open. So for that, we're going to make the gate right now. I'm going to open or make a new blueprint class. BP underscore gate. Going to add a static mesh. Call this gate. I'm going to search for the item and set it in here. Remove this and then make a custom event on puzzle complete, or just open gate. We're gonna make a timeline component TL open gate, and I want it to be a track of 2 seconds. Float track, name it alpha. Add 2 curve floats. Doesn't really matter where you add them in the first place. Making sure this is 0 and 0. And this is time 2, value 1. Now select them both, right click, make an auto curve so it smoothens out. Now we can, whenever we want to open the gate, making sure play from start. And then update is the gate. And then set a relative location. And this is on the update. Now we want to add a lerp node. This is alpha, and we want it to move up. So in this case, if you want to move it up, if we select the gate, it should be the z-axis, so like this. Let's say we do like 250 to see how far it goes up. So from 0 to 250, split this on the z. And now going back to our puzzle manager, whenever we say check amount and it's completed, I'm going to make a new reference. And this is called gate ref. And it should be to BP gate object reference. I'm going to say open gate if it's true. Making sure it's instant editable. Select our puzzle manager and also drag in our gate as well, which is this one. And then select it on here. So grab our first cube. It's 1, 2, and there our gate opens and we can walk through and the puzzle is completed. So yeah, that's a simple puzzle system you can make with the physics actors. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you want to see more puzzle systems like this, or you have suggestions, let me know, and hope you guys have a great day. See ya.